What's going on, y'all? Fabian Speaks, man. We are back with another reaction. We're doing a video to Christian man asks woman if she knows how to be a submissive wife, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it into the video.
Okay, well, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first single lady. Hello. Welcome in. What's your name?
Clea, like Cleopatra.
Okay, welcome, Clea. How old are you?
I'm 26.
And where are you from?
I'm from the best state in America, obviously, Maryland, Prince George's County, to be exact.
And what do you do?
I am a board certified educator, and I'm also a realtor.
Oh, love it, love it. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Some things that I like to do for fun, I dance, so I was a dance major in middle school and high school. Did not pursue it in college because I feel like dance doesn't pay, but that doesn't have anything to do with it. I also love to travel. I love to eat, and I love going to the gym.
Nice, all right. Now, what are some things you look for in a man?
Oh, some of the things that I look for a man, he has to be a conscious thinker. He has to be emotionally available. He has to be respectful, generous, kind, compassionate. Not only a good communicator, but a good listener, and he has to have good comprehension skills because a lot of people lack those.
Right. And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Some of my deal breakers are kids. I do not date men with kids at all. Mean. I don't like mean men. You cannot be mean. I'm a very nice person. I have a very bubbly personality, always optimistic. Another one of my deal breakers.
Look at bro right here, his face when she said, I don't like a mean man.
I have a very bubbly personality, always optimistic. Another one of my deal breakers would kind of be pessimistic a little bit. Yeah, just because, you know, life is always meant to be. I have a very bubbly personality. I don't like mean men. You cannot be mean. I'm a very nice person. I have a very bubbly personality, always optimistic. Another one of my deal breakers would kind of be pessimistic a little bit. Yeah, just because, you know, life is always meant to be lived while we're here, and God has given us the time to be here. We should just have a great time and enjoy it as best as we can. So always look for the best in any situation we can.
Okay, good. Okay, no pop balloons. Off to a very good start, so I'm gonna hand you a pick.
Oh, shoot.
There you go. And I'm gonna have you go ahead and pop 2 balloons to start it off. Whenever you're ready.
Just pop right here.
Okay, and one more.
One more.
All right, let's start with the first one you popped. Okay, if we can have your name and age.
DeConte Williams, I'm 31.
Okay, DeConte, where are you from and what do you do?
I'm originally from New York, but I live in Dallas. I'm a truck driver. I make music also, and yeah.
All right, nice. And so, why was your balloon unpopped?
I liked how she was into fitness. She likes to travel. I like your style too. It's really colorful.
Thank you. really colorful.
I like you from the East Coast too. You know, Maryland. I like girls from there too. Oh yeah.
Okay, nice. And so, why'd you end up popping his balloon?
Just the style. Not really my type or my kind of thing. I wouldn't really go for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I respect that.
Now, is this in line with what you would usually wear, or?
Yeah. I didn't want to go overdo it with boots. I didn't want to look too much.
Bro said he didn't want to overdo it. Come on, man. So ideally, the whole gig or setup is like dress to impress. So I don't know what gave this dude the thought to come, I guess, in like a little biker jacket and a scully, you know, shades on. Hey, if that's his sense of style, that's cool. But if this is all about dress to impress and kind of like first impressions, making a statement, I don't think the guy really got the memo. But I mean, hey, all for being yourself.
I respect that.
Okay. You have a cowboy style?
No, it's more like combat boots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I didn't want to do too much.
Thank you.
Combat
Let's
boots.
go on over here. Okay, let's get your name and age.
My name is Dave. I'm 31.
Dave, where are you from and what do you do?
Originally from Detroit, but I live here.
Okay, nice. And what do you do?
I'm a chiropractor assistant and I stream as well.
Okay, that's cool. And why was your balloon unpopped?
Just want to get rich ants. I'm all for like hearing you out, seeing what you got to offer.
Okay, got it. So is she someone that you would usually approach out?
Not normally, but she is pretty. She got a nice style, you know.
Okay. Now, if he were to approach you, oh no, actually, why'd you end up popping his balloon?
Also the fit, not my style, not my type. So, yeah.
Bro got that.
Okay, same thing
That
I asked him. Is
different
this
style.
usually like the kind of fit you go for? Or?
My style changes. It can go from cowboy boots to a cowboy hat, or something like this, or something chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm a streamer, so.
Change it up.
Yeah, I gotta change it up.
All right, thank you. Let's head on back this way. All right, so we now have 6 unpopped balloons. Go ahead and ask these remaining men a question.
How do you overcome obstacles in your life and when you're in a relationship?
Okay, so how do you overcome obstacles in your life and relationship? Okay, let's get your name and age first.
Javier, I'm 26.
Okay, Javier, where are you from and what do you do?
I am from Florida. I do solar.
Okay, all right. So her question was, how do you overcome obstacles and also in relationships?
Yep, in life and a relationship.
Honestly, just communication. If you can't communicate properly, then you won't get anywhere. That's just how I see it.
Okay, thank you. Let's go on here. Let's get your name and age.
That's an interesting answer. Solely communication. That's how you get through obstacles in a relationship. I can understand that. But obstacles in your day-to-day or trials, tribulations, I don't think communication always necessarily applies. But that's a good approach, you know. If you can talk about things, maybe you can ideally work through anything. But
Hi, I'm Theo. I'm 30.
Theo, where are you from and what do you do?
I'm Cameroonian. I'm from Cameroon, and I'm an attorney.
Nice.
Atta
And how do you
boy.
overcome obstacles in life and relationships?
So I would say communication, but before that, I would have to take some space, just because I see myself as somewhat a volcano. So I want to like take my space, and then we can communicate at a later time.
bro said a volcano.
So would you say you anger quickly with the analogy of a volcano, or?
Actually, I'm a dormant volcano, so it takes me a while before I actually get riled up. But I just like, taking
Dude,
if it's something
buddy.
very little, we can talk about it then and there. Okay. But if it's something huge, then I like to take my space just so when I approach you, we can talk about it in a respectful manner, because respect is very, very important for me.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, if we can get your name and age.
I'm Jax, 34,
Jax, where are you from and what do you do?
Atlanta. I'm a videographer, editor, also creator, host of a movie trivia game show called Title Time.
Okay, cool. And if you want to go ahead and answer her question.
Okay, communication is extremely important. I would say a lot of times in communication, like people come with like, they don't know how to say what they're really feeling. And so if it's met with like BS, I can track it immediately. So I like for people to really say what's on their mind. But yeah, like as long as you come with me like completely honest, I'm sure we'll come
Did
to
bro
a
answer the
resolution.
question or?
Always.
All right, let's go.
What was he talking about, bro? Ain't no way. Bro said a whole bunch of word salad. Ain't no way he answered the question. Why he look like Men in Black? What's this dude trying to pull off? What is he trying to do, ladies and gentlemen?
Down over here. All right, if we can get your name and age.
Carlton, 31,
And Carlton, where are you from and what do you do?
Toledo, Ohio, and I'm a CTO, a Chief Technology Officer, and I also own a horseback riding stable, brownstonestable.com.
Okay, we see the cowboy hat. All right, and her question was, how do you overcome obstacles in life and relationships?
First and foremost, it starts with prayer, and then it's going to be the conversation between us, and then most importantly, action. There has to be action or the problem won't get solved.
Cool. Excellent. All right. Your name and age.
KJ, 27.
KJ, where are you from and what do you do?
I'm from Louisiana. I live here. I'm a lead maintenance tech for sustainable energy.
And how do you overcome obstacles in life and relationships?
So in life, if it's just general problems, I tend to reach out to family. Like my dad, he's a big cornerstone for me. He's always in my corner. For relationships, though, I tend to keep that a little more private. Communication between us, that's the biggest thing. Like, it ain't gonna work if we can't talk about it. So communication, if space needs to be had, then space needs to be had for a little bit. But for the most part, like, we gotta talk about it. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work.
Okay, thank you. All right, your name and age?
I'm TJ, or Thomas John. I'm 32, and I'm also from Atlanta.
From Atlanta, okay. And what do you do?
I do finance, supply chain, local hospital. What else you add? Oh yeah, I answered.
That's it. And now, how do you overcome obstacles in life and relationships?
Well, whenever I come into any obstacles, I try to use my critical thinking, understanding, like most importantly, understanding what the issue is, and not go on my gut if it's something a life obstacle for me. But in a relationship, I like.
See, this is more or less the answer. You know what I mean? Kind of he said the same thing. This dude seemed like he only answered from a relationship perspective or a dynamic. But, I mean, if you have trials and tribulations, you're praying over them, essentially, right? I assume that a majority of people that are on this channel believe in Christ, right? I mean, we're a spiritual group here. We talk about faith and belief. But if we rely on the Lord, we seek the Lord. On top of that, yeah, so if you're facing internal issues, this dude over here said communication for everything. That don't really solve internal issues, or let's say your financial difficulty. Like maybe communicating to somebody to lend you some money, but some of these things you give to the Lord. Other things are about working on yourself, applying certain principle, internal development. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't really understand when he answered communication for both. I'm like, that don't even make sense. This dude's more or less used some sound thinking, critical thinking, logic, wisdom, applied discernment, that type of vibe.
To communicate and, get a general idea of what we should do, and I'm still gonna make the decision. Yeah. Should like to make a decision based on how I feel.
No, not on how you feel, bro. On what you
All
think.
right, let's head on back this way.
Feelings
You can
fleet,
turn around
bro.
if you need to, girl. Turn around. All right. So after hearing from the guys, I know it was quite a few guys to hear from, but I'm going to have you pop 2 of their balloons.
Okay. Oh my gosh, my pick broke.
All right. And then one more. Okay. Oh, we'll start down here. All right. So why was your balloon unpopped?
Well, beautiful young lady. I like the questions that she asked, so that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And why'd you end up popping his balloon?
He seems like a nice person. I'm not really into the style, and then I'ma just leave it at that.
Okay. Okay. So what about the style aren't you into?
Well, his style is cool.
Okay.
I know our code was. Our code was, date night. That's not really something I would expect on a date night.
Okay. Got it.
Right.
Would
What I
you
was
wear
saying.
this on a date night? No, we always gotta ask.
I sure would.
Really?
Yeah, so my first
Shit,
dates,
really?
usually they start like something to eat, and then after that it's an activity, right? Whether it's like
That's
bowling, skating, stuff like that. So gotta be comfortable, you know what I'm saying? I can't be skating around in no suit. It's just for me, and it's Arizona, like it's gonna be hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. All right, and you did pop one more over here.
I don't know. That one kind of made me think. Obviously, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the whole premise is to come dressed to impress. But he did make a good point, right? Sometimes a date isn't always some wine and dine. Going to a show or sometimes it's just a physical activity. So.
All right, so why was your balloon unpopped?
I like our answers, or questions, etc. So give them a chance.
Okay, got it. And why'd you end up popping his balloon?
The holes in the shirt. The holes in the shirt.
She didn't like the mesh.
Yeah.
Feel like that.
I can't.
Oh, that boy got a see-through on. Freaky at it. Hey, nah. I don't know about that one.
Can't do it. We're not at the beach.
I'm showing more skin than her, so it's all good.
Freaky little boy.
Oh no, that does not matter.
I'm just kidding.
So this is like a date night fit for you. Like, where would you wear this to?
Yeah, date night. Yeah.
Arlette
I'm
says
sorry.
a date night.
No, but concert, etc., movies, out, whatever. Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes it's less, but
What the heck,
I like
Arlette?
showing off what you work for. I ain't mad at it.
What you working with? That's what you got to do.
All right, thank you.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I ain't know
Okay.
until like the first date point. I'm not really into super extravagant, elegant kind of dates on the first date. I think you kind of build up to that, and then it makes it a little better. Like versus when you do that the first time, I don't know. There's no build up, and then you're not really like building a foundation, getting to really know that person. It's more or less about shock value and impressing them. I know a lot of women will be like, no, you need to spend, it shows that you care. But no, I think caring is getting to know a person first, and then like building a connection, having an authentic setting to be able to talk and discuss things, values, and then as things like get better and better, that makes it kind of like even add to the intimacy and the romance, because as like things increase, you add the cherry on top. Fine dining, nice dinners, travel, like, versus you start with that and then it's like, where you go from there? Makes no sense.
So we're now down to 4 unpopped balloons. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Oh, okay. What would you say is your biggest red flag and what is your biggest green flag?
Ooh, okay, let's start down there and come back this way. So, a red flag and a green flag. Let's start here first.
A red flag probably would be like I might come off like nonchalant. You know what I mean? Like,
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
I don't do
you
nonchalant
didn't let
at
me
all.
finish.
Sorry.
I said may come off.
I don't. If you
but like,
even
yeah.
come off, I don't do nonchalant at
Yeah,
all.
this ain't all animated and shit like that. I be chilling for real, but it's
Sorry.
cool. Thank you. You look good too, by the
Sorry,
way.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so,
Wow.
so what was making you hang on to your balloon?
Cause she looked nice. I like what she was saying and things like that. And I just wanted to see where it could go, possibly. You know what I mean? Match or whatever. But it's cool. She didn't like that I may come off nonchalant. Let me get to finish what I was saying. You feel me?
Okay. Now, apart from him possibly being nonchalant, is he someone that's your type?
No, not really. Yeah,
Okay.
but I do like chill men. I like
Right.
chill men. I think there's a difference between being chill, cool, calm, and collected versus being nonchalant.
Right.
Nonchalant means you don't care.
I don't.
And show and care.
I don't.
And that's
I
and that's
don't,
why.
yeah.
So yeah,
Nah, you
I think
right.
there's
You
a
did-
big difference
you did
between
on.
being chill. Like a lot of men are chill and a lot of people are chill.
Right.
But there's a difference between chill
What's this dude
and
saying?
nonchalant.
Yeah, never
What's
care.
bro
never care.
saying?
There we go.
Now he's saying he nonchalant. He don't care.
All right, so over here, your biggest green flag and red flag.
My biggest red flag is that I get buried in work sometimes. I'm a workaholic. Biggest green flag is that I'm aware of myself and I go to therapy and stuff like that. So you can change pretty much anything about your life if you try.
Thank you. All right, biggest red flag and green flag.
First of all, that's a great question. My biggest red flag would be similar
cool
to him.
question.
I'm a workaholic. I'm a hustler. So as a multilingual lawyer, I work
Attaboy.
8 to 5. And then I also have side hustles. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a language tutor. And I'm also a soccer referee. So I'm busy all the time. Green flag, I can translate being a workaholic into being a provider. So I work all these different, I work my main job and then I do the side hustles because I want to make sure I provide for my woman. And just, enjoy life in general.
We gotta ask, what are all the languages you speak?
You want to take a guess?
One is French. I know Cameroonian. I'm Ghanaian, so
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, so I speak English, Italian, Spanish, Pidgin English, and French. I'm pretty fluent in English, Spanish, and Italian, and Pidgin English. French, I was fluent when I was a child, and I'm self-teaching myself French right now.
That's so good. Jealous.
Yeah. All right, so why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Just not my type. I like to hear everybody out, but just not my type. Okay. You're great though. I
Thank
think
you.
You're great.
Why would you say I'm not your type?
Just not my type.
Okay. So
It's
if
not.
you saw her out,
This
what would
dude's
make you not
super
approach?
vague.
Yeah.
There's nothing really specific. I'm serious.
Bro said I just
I'm
don't
being
like
honest. You're just not my type. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're great though. I think.
Thank
you're great.
you. Okay, just wondering.
And now, is he someone that's your type?
No.
No? Okay,
No,
what
he's
makes
not.
him not your type?
Well, I like black men. That's typically what I like. And Javier, I'm not sure if you are Latino or if you are also Afro-Latino as
I am.
well. So, but also I've never even expanded into any of that territory. So, and I'm kind of a creature of habit. Yeah.
It's all good.
I mean, he's Afro-Latino. Where are you from?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice. I love Puerto Rico.
Nice. Cool.
Very fun country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we did get a pop down over there. Okay, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
First off, she's gorgeous, articulate. I love that about you.
Thank you.
But just not my type. You look like my cousin a little bit. It can't be the family thing,
I understand.
That quick glance, it gets you every time.
I don't really know why people hold on the longest just to say something that you would think would make you or initiate a pop earlier. You look like my cousin, but I hung out even though you look like my cousin the whole time. Like, that don't make sense. You know what I mean? So, obviously, we know the show is partially for clout. People want to talk, get some camera time. But, hey, this is where you come into situations looking for some authenticity. You may not always get it. And this is why I think that, you know, really being intentional, looking for a husband or a wife on this show is very rare to find. Because people aren't always going to be genuine. People have ulterior motives.
Hey, cousin.
All right, and now is he someone that's your type?
He could be, actually. You think that is so funny. But yes, he could be, actually. And he's really nice. I like the way he answered the questions. He's very, he seems very cool and just a nice person to get to know.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you. All right, let's go to our unpop balloon over here. And now is he someone that's your type?
My doggy.
Actually, he is. And he would have been my last balloon if I had
My
to pick
African
anyway. So
dog.
all of you guys, weeded yourself out anyway. Sorry, not too much of y'all.
Okay. So do you have any questions for her?
I sure do.
I think at times, like, saying too much can really block your blessings. I feel like she didn't really need to add that 2 cents right there.
Okay, let's hear.
So you mentioned that you work out. Do you cook as well?
Yes, I do cook.
Do you cook African food?
I am learning. My auntie teaches me, because we are Ghanaian. So my auntie teaches me, but right now she's working in North Dakota and gets a little busy. But yeah,
You don't
and
know
I
how to
just bought
cook
a
African
house.
food,
So
bro.
I had a big thing where before, when I was living at home with my mom, I have a lot of siblings, so they eat everything. When you cook it, they eat everything and leave you no leftovers. So now, since I just moved back into my house, yes, I just started diving back into cooking.
And where's your house at?
Upper Marlboro. Sorry.
Oh, in Maryland, correct?
Yes, Maryland.
Are you interested in relocating?
Am I interested in relocating? Yes, and it depends where. I never mind long distance, and I never mind relocating. You know, a house is a home, but you can always rent it out, you know, buy a new home somewhere else. It's not a permanent thing. A lot of people think of it as a permanent, you're stuck where you are, but I see the world as my oyster, so I can do whatever really I want and whatever God brings for me, so.
Are you renting the house or are you buying the house?
No, I bought the
You
house.
bought it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I own my $500,000 house. Yeah.
Who cares?
Are you
know what I
God-fearing?
mean?
Yes, I do. I love God. He is my anchor. I pray all the time. I often call myself God's favorite because I'm one of the people, any blessing is always, God is always at the door for me.
I have one last question, okay? I know that seemed like a lot, but now what are your thoughts on your views on traditional submissiveness in a relationship, in a godly relationship, traditional submissiveness and allowing the man to be the provider and the woman being submissive in a traditional godly marriage?
I feel like as long as the man...
When you typically ask this question, it's a red flag for a lot of women. But ideally, this is what tradition is. Men lead, women follow, right? It's always been the man as a protector, provider. But it doesn't always resonate well when you even say that because they're going to say you toxic. You're controlling. So that's the biggest issue within dating today. The whole feminist movement, it has them in a point to where anything you say is a form of control. So it's like, it's wild to me to even have to have this or address this. But in the ideal world we do live in, things are a little bit more difficult. We have to shed some light on people doing a lot of the 50-50 because, you know, financial dynamics and things of that sort and the economy. And yeah, the cost of living is pretty expensive nowadays. But men and women aren't the same, bro. That's all I'm going to say. So, like, that's the thing why we clash so much, which seems to be common sense, but people still get it wrong. So I salute Buddy for even asking this question.
Can lead. These days,
Marriage.
I feel like as long as the man can lead. These days, it's really up to leadership. You know, a lot of men want to be in the place to lead and have a woman submit, but they do not have anything for a woman to submit to. They are not following any of the ideologies in the Bible. They are not leading themselves. They are not conducive leaders. They don't even have any idea what leadership means. So when it comes to a man being able to lead, yes, I will follow if you're a great leader.
That's a fact,
I
though.
believe in, you follow great leaders all the time. That's how you build wealth. That's how you learn new things.
So real quick, she ain't lying to that point. There's a lot of men who are lackluster, a lot of people who aren't sufficient, man. So she got a real point. I think men and women have drastically changed, right? A lot of people say men are more feminine, women are more masculine. So kind of to that point, I think she's kind of emphasizing the man. But then again, men have to become. And that's the difference. I think men naturally have to be on a grind. And I think a lot of men don't really hit their success or come into their fortune until their latter years. So sometimes that guy may be a bum. Sometimes he may, or I think bum's a stronger word. He more or less he's working towards what he needs to work towards. You know what I mean? Like, but a lot of women look at that and they're like, oh, I'm not going to sit here and like hold him down, you know? So there are some that will, but she got a good point. A lot of men ain't handling business really.
That's how you build new relationships. So I'm big on following great leaders and submitting.
I know I said that was the last, but one more. What is your relationship like with your parents, with your family, but most importantly, your mom and your dad?
Okay, I have a very great relationship with my parents and my family. I have a very big family, so actually they're at my house every Friday. Or we have a family calendar, so we actually do events all the time. While I'm away, my dad and my grandmother are at my house doing things, you know, unlocking the door. So me and my family are very close knit, just all around. I'm a very family person, so I have 4 siblings, so it's 5 of us. My aunties are my older sisters. So my grandmothers, I still have my great grandmother in my life. She's 95 years old, love her to death. So I am really big on family. My family is everything to me, actually. So yeah, I love y'all. Hey, family, because I can't wait for y'all to watch.
All right, let me bring you up here with us. I'm gonna have you scoot that way for me. You stand on over here. Okay, so we got to ask quite a few questions. Do you have any final one before we determine if this is a match?
So what would you say was the biggest challenge in your last relationship?
I would have to say communication. Like I said, I take some time before I speak my thoughts, just because I want to value respect.
Typically when you say that could get you popped. Women value communication through the roof. So I think that's one that even if that was what you struggled with in your last relationship, don't say that. Don't mention that, bro. Just work on it. If you are working on it, great, but don't mention that. I would go with something else, because I feel like, or I think pretty certain when you say I lack communication and skills, or another one is like, I'm not emotionally intelligent. You know what I mean? That's a huge red flag for women.
And I value communication in the sense that I don't want my significant other raising her voice at me, yelling, banging things. It has to be very respectful.
Okay.
Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna ask my final question now. Is it a yes for you for her?
Probably not. I'll say because she just bought a home, and to me that could be a deal breaker, because that means she's settled here in Maryland, and I'm from Texas.
She just told you she's not.
Thank you, Arnett.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, it does.
Thank you.
well, because she just bought a home, I know she said she's willing to relocate, but to me, buying a home is something that could lead to something permanent. And I live in Texas, and I don't know if I'll be able to do long distance while she just has a home recently. So
He has a good point at the same time, because her deciding to maybe sell the house or put it on the market, maybe rent it out, that would be a honest conversation she would have to have. You know what I mean? At that point, that's when you would have the flexibility to relocate it. Because if you just bought a home, he got a point. That's like you're laying roots. But if she wanted to flip homes or something like that, and that was like her first property, then yeah, I mean, like at that point, you could profit off the house and, you know, then you have the flexibility to travel to wherever he is, Texas. So I don't know. Comment down below what y'all think on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and pop. Okay, I'll have your head on back. All right.
Girl, that's how it is.
I know. Unfortunately, that's all the balloons pop. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
See, there you have it, man. I think at times, like I mentioned, having these tough conversations in terms of male and female dynamics, especially if you've been raised traditionally, can be tough because a lot of individuals in general aren't traditional nowadays. So, I don't know. A lot of relationships are cooked. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts, man. Peace, love, prosperity. God bless. We'll see y'all in the next video.